A month before the wedding, I noticed the pattern. Claire started coming home later. She said girls, night, always the same phrase, always too casual. Her texts turned shorter, colder, missing the small jokes. Her phone lived face down, like it needed to breathe alone. Notifications vanished. She laughed more at messages I couldn't see. I didn't ask. Questions make liars practice. I just watched. Her perfume changed, lighter, unfamiliar. She wore it even when staying home. She smiled at nothing, like a secret lived in her pocket. The dog noticed first. He stopped waiting by the door when she said she'd be late. I kept acting normal. Routine hides suspicion better than silence. We still planned wedding details. Cake flavors, seating charts, song lists. She said she wanted romantic lighting. I said sure, pretending not to notice her screen glowing beside the wine glass. Sometimes she would say she fell asleep at a friend's place. But her sentences had punctuation, perfect commas. People don't text like editors at 1 a.m. I started testing the small things. Asked her to airplay a playlist to the TV. She rushed to do it herself, holding her phone like a live grenade. I asked her to set a timer. She handed me the kitchen tablet instead. She never used to care before. Every gesture was a lock I didn't own anymore. I took notes quietly. Time, behavior, words. Not proof yet, but weather building. She compensated with affection. Gifts appeared on random Tuesdays. Compliments had receipts attached. You're so stable, she said. Reliable, I replied, like a piece of furniture. Her laugh came too fast. Guilt has a rhythm if you listen close enough. One night, she mentioned her bachelorette weekend. Just a spa trip, she said. I nodded. I wasn't the jealous type. I didn't need control. I needed clarity. At dinner, her phone buzzed once. She flipped it quick, said no phones, house rule. Her eyes flicked to the oven clock. She ate fast, asked about my day without waiting for answers. Later, she said she had a planning call with her friends. Bedroom door half closed, laughter leaking out. Then her voice, low, careful. Color code the wristbands, no cameras, send the bus code to Jen. I didn't move. I just listened. 15 minutes later, she came out smiling, smelling like new perfume. Movie, she asked. I said maybe later. After she went to bed, I checked the drawer. Behind the corkscrew, a folded receipt. Party bus deposit. Memo, final head count. Timestamp, 10:06 p.m. I took a photo, put it back perfectly. Then I sat on the couch, lights low, dog asleep at my feet. Outside, the world was quiet. Inside, the truth was sharpening its edge. And I was waiting for the first cut. The weekend of her bachelorette arrived like a test I didn't schedule. Claire packed a small duffel, perfume heavy in the air. She kissed me goodbye, too soft, too rehearsed. Just a spa trip, she said again. I told her to have fun, stay safe, hydrate. She smiled like a woman leaving a movie scene, not a home. The door shut, and the silence stretched. Friday night, she sent a photo at dinner with her friends. Perfect smiles, wine glasses, a caption full of emojis. Saturday afternoon, another picture appeared. Matching shirts, glitter sunglasses, a party bus. No men visible. Too perfect, too clean. People hide the truth by editing the frame. Sunday noon, she returned. Tired smile, tan line shaped like a wristband. Glitter in her hair, perfume new again. She hugged me, said she missed me so much. I hugged back, already knowing I didn't. That night she slept easily. I stayed awake counting timelines. The next morning, I checked our shared wedding inbox. It was supposed to be for RSVPs and invoices. One new message stood out. Subject, Bachelorette drop, upload your clips. It came from her maid of honor. The link led to an album called Claire's Last Ride. 2 folders, Friday and Saturday. Most clips were harmless chaos. Girls screaming lyrics, dancing, spilling champagne. Then one file caught my eye. Metadata showed 12:38 a.m. downtown rooftop bar. I clicked. The camera panned city lights, blurred laughter, neon reflections. Then her Claire in a white sash, bride-to-be. 2 tall guys entered the frame. She kissed one, then turned and kissed the other. Not friendly. Not innocent. Full contact. Off-screen voice cheered. Brides get privileges. The laughter was loud, proud, careless. My chest didn't burn. It froze. I hit pause, opened details, saved every timestamp. I copied the file, exported metadata, hashed the checksum. I sent it to Marcus, my lawyer friend. He replied fast. Public place, clear timestamps, unedited. It's clean. I archived everything. Screenshots, IP logs, folder index. I made duplicates on 2 drives. One stayed home, one went to my brother's safe. Then I wrote a short note. Chain of custody, 1 page, signed and dated. If she lied, the evidence wouldn't. I didn't confront her. I didn't shout. I didn't break things. People think revenge is loud. It is. It's silence that plans. For the next week, I acted normal. Smiled at vendors. Approved flower colors. Texted her good night. She had no idea she was already history. I went to bed beside her breathing steady, my eyes open. The truth had shape now. A clean file. A ticking clock. And I was waiting for the wedding to begin, so I could end it. I didn't cancel the wedding. I upgraded the plan. Anger fades fast, but structure lasts. I wanted precision, not chaos. If truth was a weapon, it needed choreography. I started with the slideshow. A simple video titled Us Through the Years. It opened with our first hike. Laughter, dogs, pancakes, all the right illusions. The cut to black came at 1 minute 32 seconds. Then the rooftop clip. Full screen. Sound on. Followed by 1 sentence in white text. Saturday, August 30, 12:38 a.m. downtown. And the final card, I won't be saying I do. No commentary. No edits. Just facts framed in silence. I exported the file twice. Saved 1 copy to a USB, 1 to an SD card. I printed a cue sheet for the DJ. When to fade lights. When to raise sound. When to end everything. I rehearsed every step like a ceremony. My brother became projector backup. Marcus reviewed legal exposure, found none. I tipped the wedding coordinator early. Told her I wanted to surprise Claire with a video. She smiled, said I was sweet. I thanked her and meant it. Sweetness is the perfect disguise. I told the videographer to lower cameras during the private letter reading. That 2-minute window would be my moment. No vendor copies. No leaks. Only the room. I slept better that week than I had in months. Peace born from decision. The night before, I checked the exits. Parked the car facing out. Packed to-go bag. Documents, spare clothes, toothbrush, phone charger. A folder labeled returned items. Inside it, the ring receipt. I placed it on the passenger seat, like company. Morning came sharp and bright. The venue smelled like new beginnings. Her parents hugged me, glowing with pride. Her dad called me son. He meant it. I almost felt guilty for what was coming. Almost. Claire looked radiant. Every part of her perfect. If you didn't know the truth, you'd think she was a miracle. I walked beside her, smiled for photos. My smile was real. Not happiness, closure. Guests filled the chairs. Music played soft. The officiant cleared his throat. I took the microphone. Before we start, I made something for Claire, I said. People leaned forward. Phones lifted. The DJ pressed play. The slideshow began. Her laugh filled the speakers. Her mother teared up. My father smiled. Then black screen. 1 second of confusion. Then the rooftop scene. The room froze. The audio echoed like judgment. No one moved. No one dared stop it. Then the words appeared. I won't be saying I do. I handed the mic back. The officiant blinked, lost. I took it again. Truth isn't cruelty, it's closure, I said. Then I walked away. Not out of rage. Out of relief. The wedding was over before it began. The room went silent. Chairs creaked, breaths caught, screens still recording. Claire stood frozen, bouquet trembling. Her face drained of color. Someone whispered her name, but she didn't move. Then she broke, shouting, "It was just a joke." Her voice cracked under the weight of it. People turned away, unsure where to look. Her mother covered her mouth. Her father stared at the floor. I stayed calm. No shaking, no yelling, just quiet. Claire stumbled toward me. "I just wanted to taste cake before the diet," she said. The crowd winced. Even the DJ looked away. I answered softly, "That's not cake, Claire, and today isn't Monday." A few nervous laughs scattered like debris. I didn't smile. I wasn't there for applause. Her tears came fast, loud, desperate. She grabbed my sleeve, shaking. "It meant nothing," she cried. "It meant enough to film," I said. Her father finally looked up, eyes hollow. "Mr. Adams," I said, "your vendors are paid. Please let your guests eat." He nodded once, small and heavy. I turned to the guests. "Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry your day got repurposed. The staff will still be tipped. Enjoy the meal." Then I handed the mic back. No more words. I walked down the aisle that wasn't meant for leaving. My brother stepped beside me, silent guard. We moved through the service corridor, out the side door. The coordinator met me there, handed an envelope. I told her, already covered. She just nodded. Outside, the sun felt unreal. Too bright for the wreck I left behind. My car started on the first try. I drove slowly, no music, no mirror glance. Phones flashed behind me as I pulled away. Some guests half stood, waiting for an explanation that never came. I didn't owe them one. At my brother's place, the world felt smaller. We sat silent, while my dog jumped onto the couch. He looked at me like nothing had changed. Maybe nothing had, except the truth was now public. My phone buzzed nonstop. Calls from Claire, her mother, numbers I didn't save. One text came from her dad. "We'll handle her, I'm sorry." 4 words that carried all the exhaustion in the world. I powered off my phone. The next morning, I did logistics. Canceled the shared wedding email. Locked the joint accounts. Boxed the ring with a note and shipping label. Every action quiet, methodical, final. People think revenge burns hot. It doesn't. It cools into paperwork and silence. By noon, the chaos was organized. The file labeled wedding became closure. That night, I sat alone, dog asleep at my feet. Somewhere out there, Claire was rewriting the story. But I didn't care anymore. The truth had already spoken louder than both of us. 2 days after the wedding that never happened, the story went online. Claire posted a photo on her teacher account. The same one parents followed for classroom updates. Caption said, "When you survive an emotionally controlling partner." She posed beside a stack of children's books, haloed in sympathy. Comments poured in. Prayer hands, heart emojis, messages of support. She was building a new version of herself, and I was the villain. I didn't respond. I called Marcus. He sighed before speaking. "You still don't post, you stay clean. One message, professional, no adjectives." He told me to report it to her school's HR, nothing more. So I did. I wrote a single email. Subject: conduct concern regarding teacher Claire Adams. I listed date, time, and the public video link. Added a note: public upload connected to shared wedding account. Attached documentation: metadata, timestamps, activity logs. No opinions, just evidence. I signed my name and hit send. 48 hours later, HR called for verification. I confirmed authenticity, then hung up. By Friday, Claire was placed on administrative leave. By Monday, her position was terminated for conduct unbecoming. Marcus said, "You didn't ruin her career, her actions did." I believed him. Claire didn't. Saturday, her car pulled into my driveway, half on the curb. She stormed out with a manila folder clutched like a weapon. "Why did you send it to my job?" she yelled. I wiped grease from my hands, fixing a shelf in the garage. "Because you made it your job's business," I said. "You posted about me on a page parents follow. That's cause and effect, not revenge." Marcus stepped out behind me, holding a wrench like punctuation. He said, "HR doesn't fire over gossip. They fire over proof." Claire's eyes filled but didn't soften. "You destroyed me," she said. I shook my head. "You filmed yourself doing that." Tyler, my friend, leaned on the workbench, smirking. "Remember the cake comment?" he muttered. I shot him a look. He went quiet. Claire's hands trembled. "You could have forgiven me." "You could have respected me," I replied. "Games have rules. You broke ours." Her voice dropped. I panicked. It meant nothing. "Your mistake had 3 camera angles," Marcus said. My brother raised his phone. "Leave now, Claire," he warned. "This isn't a scene. This is private property." She looked around at the 4 of us, eyes blazing. "You think this makes you men," she spat. "No," I said quietly. "It makes us finished." She hesitated, then turned, storming back to her car. Tires squealed. Dust rose. An hour later, an email arrived. A list of demands, half the tips, registry gifts, and apology. I replied once. The wedding never happened. Gifts remain with givers. Any harassment will go through legal channels. Then I attached receipts and closed the thread. I didn't need closure anymore. I already had peace, and peace didn't answer calls. The calls didn't stop. New numbers. Blocked IDs. Voicemails full of crying and threats. I ignored everyone. Then she started showing up. Doorbell camera caught her at midnight, standing in the driveway. No words, just waiting. The next day, she sat in her car outside my gym. Engine running, eyes hidden behind sunglasses. Third day. Same spot. I asked the manager to log it. It felt petty, but it was evidence. Marcus built a binder, thick and neat. Dates, times, screenshots, doorbell clips. We filed a non-emergency police report for unwanted contact. The officer barely looked up. He gave me an incident number, said, "Better safe." I slept fine that night. Court came faster than expected. Fluorescent lights, plastic chairs, a tired judge. Claire brought letters from friends. She called it a misunderstanding. I brought the binder. The judge watched 10 seconds of the rooftop clip, then looked at her. "You've been warned before," he asked. I handed over a printed text, one message. "You are violating a court order. Leave now." He nodded once. 1-year restraining order. No contact. No third-party messages. 100 yards. Signed. Stamped. Done. It fit on a single sheet of paper, but it weighed like a stone. I changed my routes. Parked on different streets. Let neighbors know about her car. Caution is just preparation with paperwork. Weeks passed. Silence finally held. Then, dusk one evening, she came back. Kneeling on the curb, tears streaking her face. She didn't speak at first. just sobbed until words broke through. I'll go to therapy. I'll sign anything. I'll fix it. She begged like the truth might rewind itself. I stood at the porch, phone in hand. You're inside the boundary, I said. She looked up, shaking. Please, 5 minutes. Not even one, I said, dialing non-emergency. She talked over the hold music. Post-nup, GPS tracking. I'll call the district, I'll make it right. Her words hit the air, empty and exhausted. Patrol lights flashed down the street. She finally moved, slow, broken, back to her car. Doors slammed. Silence returned. I mailed her the ring the next morning. Signature required. Insurance included. That night, I sent one last email. To her parents, to the maid of honor. No contact, cease and desist attached. Then I blocked every number. Revenge wasn't fury. It was discipline. Every document, every timestamp, every rule enforced. She begged. I stayed still. Then I made a sandwich, fed my dog, and turned off the porch light. The world didn't end with shouting. It ended with quiet, signed forms, and peace that finally stopped ringing. I sold the ring for less than I paid. Money didn't matter anymore. I cleaned the garage, fixed the lights, and let the dust settle. The house felt different now, quieter, honest. I took my dog on long drives, no destination, just miles. The air outside smelled like peace. No drama, no noise, just road and time. People asked if I missed her. I said I missed the version of her that never existed. The one I invented, while ignoring red flags. Marcus said closure isn't a door slam, it's paperwork. He was right. I deleted the backups, kept one locked away. Not for revenge, just for truth. One day, maybe I'll forget the timestamps. Until then, I live lighter. I cook for one. I sleep through the night. I don't look at the phone when it buzzes. Life rebuilt itself quietly, without applause. Revenge never burned hot. It cooled, solid and sharp. And when I finally stopped caring, I realized something simple. Peace isn't forgiveness. It's distance measured in miles, silence, and proof that I survived.